Well, had been going for quite a while, yeah.
But this one is really
This one's added to it, so it's almost doubled the SO2 output that was occurring. And of course, you can see the way the trade winds are carrying it down and then around the tip of the island.
Yeah,
so
we were just on Maui, and Maui was definitely infected.
Yeah, my wife's family is all on Maui, and they're like, oh boy, what's going on? We just had a hula halal visiting from Oahu a little while ago, and they were saying they were getting it even there. So
yeah, it's amazing. We have a great day.
Yeah.
Does the gas lose its potency as it travels further?
Well, it disperses much farther. The thing that's kind of bad, though, is that some of the particulate matter from the volcano continues to get carried, so you can end up with tiny glass particles way, way, way far.
Really?
Wow.
But here you're actually watching the process. That steam you see, it's coming up through the narrow opening. It's superheated, and it's compressed. So as it's coming up, it's expanding. You're watching the steam expand more and more, and that's the high up formation. You can watch it rolling there. But the heavier gases, CO2 and SO2, are dropping out. See the grayish blue? That's dropping out and going across.
It's going across to Maui. What were you saying? That out when we got out of the airport. The minute you walk out.
Kona also.
Oh my God!
That's what it is.
Are you allowing vehicles?
What were you saying was a little spooky?
Oh, when it went off 2:58 a.m. on March 19th, it sort of went and it made a earthquake. In fact, it was recorded right here at Halema'uma'u, right on the drum. And it was happened at 2:58 a.m. I actually slept through it. I live right across here. But my wife woke up and she said, "What was that? You better check with work." I said, "I'll check tomorrow morning. They'll call me." So yeah, they actually recorded it as a small earthquake right there under the summit, and then somebody went out with binoculars and went, "Whoa, there's a hole! It blew up!"
Wow.
Are you allowing vehicles around the
No,
drive?
only the geologists have gone back there so far. And if you look at some of the pictures, you'll see there's a reason why. I mean, there's still rock debris on the road. Some of the rocks fairly large. The biggest one that got ejected is about the size of a washing machine. So,
No kidding. All the way out of the crater.
Actually out on a 65-acre debris field that stretches out onto Halema'uma'u Trail that goes across the caldera. People are saying, "Why aren't the rangers worried being back there?" It's, no, straw hats.
Protection, yes.
We were here 2.5 years ago. We drove around and
Yeah.
it was spectacular. But then this is even
one
different.
of the most popular stops was right there, walking up to the edge.
Oh yeah.
That's where all the people would leave ho'okupu for Pele. They would have little offerings all set out. Yeah, all
offerings.
blown apart.
Unfortunately, that's where all the gas is from.
Yeah,
But
You can kind of see it,
truly
like the
amazing.
heavier gas start to drop.
yeah,
while
you
the
can
rest
see it
of
right
goes
there
up.
dropping out and then
That's
hitting.
pretty neat.
Can you make out the little white bird though that's just circling over there?
Yes.
That is
Very low,
yeah,
just
right
over
there,
the
kind of far away.
caldera.
That's Koa'ikea. That's the white-tailed tropic bird that hunts about 10 miles offshore, but they live inside the crater, and they live inside this caldera rim.
That gas gonna kill it?
No, this is the weirdest thing. In fact, there's a display in there about them. I've watched them fly right through the plume with the telescopes. We had an active eruption in 1982, and they were landing right here next to the active eruption. So it's the weirdest thing.
where was the 82 eruption?
The little thing that looks like a miniature mountain range right there, stretching across the floor, that's actually a fissure eruption. So what happened is it was like a curtain of fire going up, and then as the lava was hitting the air and cooling, it was falling back down, building the spatter ramparts.
Oh, so that's how that formed.
Yeah,
And it was only in 82?
only in 82.
It's the dark spot, right? Dark
Yeah,
area?
that little dark area right there.
in
that you're
the
seeing.
lower part.
Right, in the caldera floor. That's the 82 fissure eruption. And then the bottom of Halema'uma'u, that's actually 1974. So relatively recent activity.
Yeah.
But yeah, Koa'ikea just flies right into it, lands in it. These beautiful long tail feathers, two of them, two long white tail feathers.
Now,
big
our
is
tour
the guy?
guide,
It's 115 feet across right now. When it exploded, it was about 30 meters, and then we had a second explosion on April 9th, and now it's 115. It's kind of funny because we have a poster inside right on that wall, and it'll put a little silhouette of a 6-foot-tall man next to it to give you a perspective. From up here, it's really hard to...
I couldn't judge how
It's
far
hard,
away we are.
If it exploded right now, what would it feel like
red
for
one?
us?
It would rock
knock
the
us
crater.
over?
Well, you'd feel the eruption. As far as what would shoot out,
47,
so
07.
far, all of the
47
explosions, and we've had a couple of other minor ones, have all been directed that way. So they said, hey, we think Jagger's relatively safe. We'll leave it open.
Yeah.
I had a lady come in and said, well, how do you guys know this is safe now? I said, who told you it was safe? You're on the side of an active volcano.
Yeah.
That's what people come here for, get close to a volcano.
The tour guide on the bus indicated 1924 was the last time.
A steam explosion.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Was-
haven't seen this since 1924.
Did anything
that
dangerous
is-
happen
Oh
after
yeah,
the
yeah.
steam
For,
explosion in
for
24?
18 days, the whole Halema'uma'u shot up. It blew out really big boulders, including an 8-ton one that landed out in the Niihau Desert. So we've got pictures of that inside on the table there as well.
So you're
and-
just kind of waiting to see if the
well,
same
this has already
thing
gone
repeats?
longer than the 18 days, so we don't think it's the same kind of explosion as
When was that?
1924.
Okay.
Yeah, what happened is the floor of the crater here actually started dropping the lava lake. Groundwater was pouring in 24, and you were having these massive steam explosions and rock slides, and then it just went kaboom. So you'll have pictures of it right over there at that, see the overlook? Just look for the ones. You'll see a picture of the whole thing shooting up. Fortunately, only one person lost their life. It was a photographer trying to film from the Niihau Desert, and rocks landed on his
Big
leg.
rock.
Yeah, on his leg. And in 24, it wasn't easy to get medical help out of here. Today, we got like radios, helicopters.
So he died of infection, or?
No, he actually was crushed. I mean, he was.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So
he was just pinned a while before he passed.
died.
You are just so nice to expound all of this.
That's part of my
This
job.
is-
We're the interpretive range because people
fascinating.
come up and have questions. So.
Yeah,
is
well, you do a
so
great
fascinating.
job at it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. My background was threatened and endangered species biology, and being able to work in Hawaii Volcanoes National Park is like Mecca.
dream.
You know, yeah, it's just a dream.
How long have you been here?
Good for you.
We just got back almost 2 years ago. My wife's family is all on Maui, and we had met here and married, and then we moved to Florida, where I worked for the DP and the Florida Wildlife Commission
Oh, where
for a
in
number of
Florida?
years. I was stationed in Tallahassee, but I worked with the sea turtle and manatee program, so I got to go all the way around the whole state.
I grew up in Boca, and we
Boca,
have
yes, you
very
have
strong
sea turtles right on the
manatee.
Atlantic coast, Caretta
Yes.
caretta, the loggerheads.
We go out and check the nests all the time.
Yeah, I worked out there at night mostly. I would be out with the little red LED flashlights. I don't know if you saw those guys
Oh,
wandering the beach, checking the turtles as they were
absolutely.
coming to the street. Yeah, I loved it.
It's thrilling. Of course, we have manatees right. If you come up the intercoastal,
Yeah,
we look
right there.
down on from our place. So
They're always a controversial subject, and so I would have to be sent to a lot of the community meetings. And it's funny because in communities you'd have people on both sides of the fence, and then you'd have this huge group of folks that, at least I found, were very warm, very friendly, and they made up most of the community. They said, we don't want things that are going to be laws that are a huge burden to everyone, but we want to share the beach and we want to share the waterways. That's what we want to do. And then there would be one side, and these folks would be, I got a place for endangered species. It's next to the butter. I want to eat them. That's it. And then you'd have folks on the other side that were like, I want all the humans to be destroyed and sea turtles will rule the world. And you'd have to go into these community meetings and balance all that out.
I balance with fanatics on,
on each
these
side.
two sides, and then the normal people.
What
who
I
are